Sir, whilst we are debating this Banking Act, I would like to associate myself and our party with the comments made by the Honourable Vijita Hera, primarily because the main point of his intervention, Honourable Presiding Member, was that whilst the Act, the amendments that is being proposed, has at the surface the intention for the central bank to take over financial institutions on occasions when, for example, if it defaults and if it's going into trouble, the way in which these acts are interpreted, of course, is where everything ultimately lies. We also have a precedence in this country where you have what is known as the ICCPR law. That law is being interpreted by the authorities opposite to the true intentions of the ICCPR. You as a lawyer know that this is a huge criticism that Sri Lanka faces, not only amongst the victims of the ICCPR Act in Sri Lanka, but also the international community. So having said that, Honourable Presiding Member, Sri Lanka's credibility, of course, is at its lowest. And not only because of Sri Lanka's reputation with regards to the complete lack of democracy, the lack of accountability with regards to crimes that have taken place, but with regards to the way in which notions of rule of law is being adhered to in this country. And with regards to the intention of those who are governing. Just take, for example, the Honourable Vyalendran, who spoke before me, mentioned certain views that were expressed yesterday by Sarath Weerasekara. I don't want to call him honourable. By Sarath Weerasekara, he didn't mention his name, but everybody knows that that's whom he spoke about. Now this member is the chairman of the Oversight Committee to Public Security. Can you believe it? A man who's a suspected war criminal, a man who doesn't have the faintest idea of what rule of law is, a man who has the audacity to be in contempt of court and be shielded by the privileges of parliament to threaten a magistrate and to make comments about the substantive matter that is before court, is the oversight chairman of the Committee on Public Security. So that is the nature of Sri Lanka's way of handling these various matters that the international community would look for with regards to notions of democracy, rule of law, accountability, financial and otherwise. Now this law is primarily to have financial accountability. You're bringing about these amendments because if you don't build up a credible system, well, then the international community is not going to have that sort of confidence to invest. Then we have also, Honourable Presiding Member, the Honourable Suren Raghavan, who yesterday spoke quite emotionally in Sinhala, criticizing Tamil members of parliament elected in the northeast, primarily stating that these Tamil parliamentarians, being Tamil nationalists, talk of federalism, and that federalism is cessationism, and that we are trying to again oust the emotions of the southern youth by talking about cessation. Now this is utter nonsense. At least Sarath Weerasekara is a war criminal. We can sort of expect him to say rubbish. But Suren Raghavan claims to be an intellectual and a person with a doctorate.
2 minutes more. 2 minutes.
To equate federalism with cessationism shows his utter intellectual bankruptcy and his intellectual dishonesty. Now, he's making these comments, Honourable Presiding Member, whilst the President is inviting the Tamil parliamentarians to have discussions with regard to reconciliation. And his suggestion is that the Tamils should not be talking about any of this, and rather we must just adhere to the concept of democracy. I challenge the Honorable Raghavan. I challenge the Honorable Raghavan and all these members opposite who try to say that the people elected from the Northeast don't in fact represent the Tamils of the Northeast, to have a referendum. If you want to know the true intention of the Tamil people, I challenge you to have a referendum. You have a referendum. Ask whether the Tamil people are willing to accept a unitary state. Ask whether the Tamil people are willing to accept a federal state. And if you have the backbone, ask whether the Tamil people want a separate state. Without you sitting here prejudging what the Tamil people want, if you have a backbone, ask the Tamil people. Thereafter, if you want, you can come and try and preach to us.
Member,
without that,
your time is over.
I'm winding up. Without that, honorable presiding member, these members thinking that they can talk on behalf of the people of the Northeast, and if these people think that they can threaten, well, Sri Lanka has threatened in the past. Sri Lanka has suffered as a result. Those sufferings are going to then be heaped again.
Your time
because
is over.
No one
Member,
with dignity will accept
please wind up.
any of this. Thank you.